Good evening. Thank you for joining the Ruckus crew. Is it Shelly?
Yeah, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you
Shelly,
for joining
thanks for
us.
coming on.
If you're just now listening to us, we are joined by IBF, UBF Super Bantamweight champion Shelly Vincent, who is joining us to talk to us about her current developments, what's going on in the sport, just her bird's eye view as a worthy, strong women's competitor, and if there's the opportunity for women to get a little bit more shine, since we have all these multiple platforms, TV platforms filled with boxing. Can women's boxing get a little love on network TV since it is available? Thanks again for joining us, Shelly. I'm going to hand it over to Ryan to kick it off, and I'll be jumping in and asking you some questions as well.
Okay.
All right, Shelly, how's it going? You're coming off a title defense against Christina Ruiz in April. What you been doing since then? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you either. I heard you
I said
win against Christina Ruiz.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're coming off a title defense against her, and that was in April. So, what's been up since then?
I went over to Germany with KO for her to fight Hammer, and then got back. I'm in the gym, just kind of just trying to stay in shape and everything. But we're actually waiting on CES for negotiations and everything because I'm actually out of contract next month. So we're just waiting on them to negotiate what's gonna happen and everything.
Oh, do you think you'll stay with them?
I'd rather not talk about that right now. We're like I said, we're waiting to sit down and talk to them, and then we're gonna see what's going on, my manager and myself. So, we don't know anything until we sit down and start talking.
Who's your manager?
Mike Criscio.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Let's talk about the landscape of the Super Bantamweight division. Who are some of the fighters out there that you've been trying to get in the ring and have been unsuccessful in doing so?
I mean, at one time, the last fight we tried to get in, they said no. Then, the one that I've really been trying to get, and she just really don't want it. And, we could really clear it up. Heather Hardy, she's like lukewarm. I don't know why they call her the Heat. But, she can't fight. You know what I'm saying? She always, and when she does fight, she fights these little girls. The little girls beat up on her. I fought Jackie Trevelino. You see my face. I got the win. That was a great fight. We got fight of the year, a couple places. I think runner-up for round of the year for the round 10. Me and her was back and forth with the war. We saw what she did to Heather. Heather's eye was, she was, she took a beating. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I tried to get her in the ring. I went to her first fight, called her out. I didn't know it was going to be on television and all that, but I called her out because they were trying to get the fight with her when I was 3-0, I think. Since I was 3-0, she kept saying no. It would have been a good fight. Now it's even a better fight, so I'm glad that she didn't take it then because, she sells a lot of tickets. I sell out venues myself, so it's it makes sense to make the fight. We offered that girl, and I'm not even bullshitting, $12K. It started at 8, the negotiations went up to 12. Now, they would have paid it 12 because you make the money back. To tell you the truth, I don't think there's a bigger fight in the U.S. money-making-wise than me and Heather right now, the way me and her sell. So she runs her mouth, and she's always, I'll fight you in my backyard. And, but I asked for the fight at the Barclay. I have it on video, and I posted it online. If a team's saying no, that's their ticket seller, so why would they put her in there with me? So, and we have that on record, So she talks a lot, but she don't want it. And I think everybody knows that. And anybody that has eyes and that knows boxing knows that I'm a real fighter, and that girl can't fight.
What's nice about her situation, though, is because she's with Lou DiBella, and DiBella is kind of like the front promoter for Al Heyman.
She's with Al Heyman now.
Right. But, yeah. Well, I don't think she's technically signed because otherwise, why isn't she on TV? I just know she's been with DiBella, and DiBella, kind of works with Al Heyman. But she's getting on these cards. And
right.
I guess they're waiting for an opponent that's good enough that they can, actually put it on TV. And you would, make sense to me. That's a PBC fight.
If I'm number 1 and she's number 2, I'm 14-0, and she's 13-0, 14-0 now too, maybe. She at 13-0 or 14-0. It's like, why wouldn't it be me? And if I got the number one spot, why wouldn't you want to come to me? And then, so it doesn't make any sense to me, especially the revenue that it'll bring in,
Yeah,
So,
I mean, she should want to get on live television too.
Yeah.
The state of women's boxing at the moment, like I saw one female fighter get a live broadcast in English. It was Amanda Serrano. It was on CBS Sports Network. That's the only time this year.
And well deserved too. Amanda Serrano, she's a beast. You know what I'm saying? She got the knockout power. It's exciting. That's what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? But and that's great. And I think she has another televised bout coming up in I want to say June or July too. So I mean that's a good look. And then they have it's being talked about. There's going to be a lot of women's boxing on television. So I mean, and as much as she's saying, oh yeah, she want to fight me, whatever. I mean, I think it's real. It's a lot closer than what she thinks it is. And she's gonna have to take this beating too.
Who?
Heather.
Oh, Heather. Okay. All right. Thanks. Some women have been so frustrated in getting fights, they're like venturing off into different sports. Anna Houlihan, also super bantamweight champion. She's doing MMA on the side. She might be full time at this point. I'm not even sure.
No, she actually, I think she just fought. She's back in the boxing a little bit. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna go back over there too. But I mean, it is unfortunate, and all the girls are going to all these other outlets, and it's crazy because we have the talent and everything.
Yeah, like who else? Ava Knight. Yeah, I heard she's doing WWE now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, but Kalisha, she was doing all the other reality television. It's sad because we do have the talent, and I think Layla and Prizak, they just did the bare knuckle boxing, right?
Right, the BKB. Yeah, that's pretty. Would you be interested in doing any BKB fights?
I mean, yeah, I would if the opportunity makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If I have enough time to get ready, and we're gonna have the television, the money's right. I don't got to pay 18,000 people because you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah, but I do think they pay well actually, and it's pay-per-view, so it's televised.
Yeah. Oh, they even put the women on too? I thought they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Layla McCarter's recent bout was the fight of the card, and it was broadcast, and definitely the most exciting. And the viewers who are watching that platform just seem more receptive to seeing women's boxing because that was a great fight. Great fight.
Yeah.
So with the strength of
amazing.
her performing so well, I definitely could see more in that happening with women's boxing.
Yeah, and that's all we ever needed was to be seen on television. And but it has to be good fights because it's like when they do put the cards on before, they pick like these pretty girls that really can't fight, and it's just like people don't want to see that, you know what I'm saying? Just like they told me, they was like, Shelly, you're not going to be marketable, you're a dyke. Yeah, never. They just did a magazine article on it, and I broke every single boundary that they said. And the crazy part is, you have the girls that come out because I'm cute and they like me, and then you have the guys that come out that because I can fight. So now I'm bringing it in from both sides instead of one avenue. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I'm selling out the arenas here by myself. They don't have enough tickets for me, so. And they said I wouldn't be able to do it because I don't have long hair. I'm not in the bikinis and all that. And it completely shattered everything that they said.
Yeah, I mean that's it tells me that the culture is changing faster than the people that are running boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're from an older generation, while
we got all these old timers
is younger, more hip to current culture.
Mhm.
And they should take notes from MMA because Ronda Rousey, she's doing great things there, and
she's a monster.
It's about time boxing, got some new blood, just try something new. Because for me, I think it's it's a lot of old guys that are just kind of set in their ways. They're making money. They just don't want to take any risks. Until they retire. Right. So it's probably going to take somebody just starting out. who's fresh and just a go-getter like that.
Right, and it's going to take a strong man that's in the mainstream to support us also.
Right.
Right. That's what I think. Like Shane Mosley put Kalisha on. Andre Ward is always talking about Ava Knight, and it's like we got to find somebody on the network. Like maybe Al Heyman would put some girls on, and that could be a good look, but because he pretty much runs everything now. But will they do? And look at you guys go to these fights, right? Isn't the women's fight usually the most exciting fight of the night?
Yeah, often it is.
Every time I fight, we steal the show, and it's always back and forth, nonstop action. And I have people that follow me from everywhere. If they put me on anything, the people would look, and people will fall in love because even though I will come out in a mask, I come out in a straight jacket. It's everything. It's the whole entertainment factor. It's not just a fight. You got to have all the elements. So, I'm even misunderstood for all that stuff too, with the mask and the straight jacket. I wear the straight jacket to symbolize the way women are tied down in sports, and me trying to break away from my demons from being abused and raped when I was 13. And then I wear the mask because behind the mask, we're all, we're all with the mask on, we're all the same. With the mask off, we're all different. You know what I'm saying? But we're all fighting a battle.
Right. In men's boxing, they made a big deal out of, a man, coming out, as an active fighter. What was his name? Orlando Cruz. He had documentaries and everything about it. It's like it was such a big deal. But it's for women, it's just like they don't really care.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, but at the end, it is different for the men, and it's sad, and that's why a lot of men have a hard time struggling with that also. So, but they really don't care because that's what I don't know.
Perfect example. We were trying to coordinate tonight. We also wanted to have the recent Olympic gold medalist, women's boxing gold medalist on, but she's competing. She had a fight a couple nights ago, so she couldn't join us tonight. She's doing a recent campaign on GoFundMe, an Olympian, the only one to win a gold medal. She has no money to train. Every other Olympian in every other sport gets celebrated, gets endorsements, gets some type of assistance. She has nothing. And
they endorsed Marlene or whatever her name is.
Right.
And she didn't even win. Now now that you said that, I'm actually, when I seen that, and I like Clarissa, I like her story, I like everything about her. She could fight. She's the best. So I'm actually throwing a fundraiser down here. We're sitting down with everybody and putting it together, and I'm going to raise some money, and the money that we get, we're actually going to send over to Clarissa.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really good.
That's really dope.
Yeah. I do stuff like that, like once a year. I raise money for cancer. I lost my mother to leukemia at 36. She never got to see me fight or anything. But on her deathbed, she made me promise that I would never stop boxing because she said that's what was going to save my life and get me out of the depression and everything. So every year I raise some money, usually on my birthday, on her birthday, and then I give the money to a cancer fund, or I raise money and I give it to the kids. It's just like something I do. Whenever I fight, I walk out with like 20 kids. We give them the tickets. So this guy, Ronnie, call it Campy's Corner, he donates the tickets. We bring the kids. The kids walk me out to the fight so that I remember what I came from, what I'm fighting for, and all that. So I do a lot for the kids, and like that's what means a lot to me, for my mother and the kids. So I said, let me switch it up, and we're gonna help out Clarissa because she deserves it, and that's the one that should be getting everything.
That's really
Agreed.
good. When you get it all coordinated, please send it to us so we can tweet about it, put it out there so people are aware and can support the event and support you and, all the great things that you're doing that people don't even realize in the midst of, battling with your own demons, promoting your own career and all the other things that you have going on in your life surrounding the sport and outside the sport.
Yeah, I sure will,
So with these new lands, from your vantage point, which platform do you think would be most receptive to putting women's fights on? We have this the Heather Hardy thing with Lou DiBella, PBC, etc. Sinisa Estrada, who is a flyweight, lighterweight.
Yep.
She was just on
now,
the
were those
card.
Were those two belts actually televised though?
No.
Because they said that they were going to be streamed too, and there was no stream for either one of those.
Yeah, no, still not getting on TV or streaming. They're on the card though. You know, you get to see them at the weigh-in.
And that's a good look because now these people are getting a look at the women. And I heard Shanice put on a great show. I heard that the Vasquez and Hardy was actually very exciting too, and that it was very close. But yeah, I mean, we need. Amanda Serrano's doing it, and whoever she what is it, GH3 that she's with? She no, is it not? Great Cohen. Great Cohen.
Right.
Now they're getting her on television. That's what we need. We need more of that, and we need more fights like that. You know, great fights with great fighters like that. Like I'd like to see Amanda and Layla.
Before that, I'd like to see
Ava
her
and Kalisha again. You know.
Amanda should probably fight the girl that Layla just fought though. Deanna Perez, yeah, because they're both super featherweights.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be an amazing fight too. You know, like we need those kind of fights on television. You know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now who's gonna do it? That's the question.
Yeah, but who's gonna do it? And it's like gotta twist people's arms to convince them to put these fights on TV. Because from a sheer entertainment perspective, there's like no debate. Because like 80% of the stuff that gets on TV is like trash. Fighters that aren't very good, and just like filler fights before the main event comes on. To give people time to kind of get to the show or to their TVs and to watch the main event. They just kind of just kind of just to build up the main event, so to speak. And they're just generally not that good. Now I'm looking at the amount of money that these people make, and if you paid women the same amount of money, they would be more than happy to some of the best women in the world would fight for the kind of money that the guys that aren't very good make.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
To me, it's like a no-brainer to at least make them undercard fights, because the undercards currently don't seem to be used for much. They're just like just a waste of time most of the time. But I'm I continue to watch you. The good thing about CES is they always put your fights on YouTube, and it's a great quality, so I can always see them later. And that's how I watched your fight with Jackie Tripolino, which was the best female fight in 2014. I thought it was just amazing, great performance, and I just wish you the best with your career. What I like about you that I don't often see in women's boxing, like female fighters are great, but I don't see a lot of slickness, and a lot of them. There's like you, there's Alicia Ashley, maybe a couple other ones, but I just don't see that kind of cute boxing, and it's really nice to see. You rock back, you drop the right hand on people, you give them the shoulder, you kind of slip under their shots. It's it's
lots of head movement and feet, man.
Yeah. Nice, real nice head movement. So keep doing what you're doing, and when you find out what's going on with your career, I know you're working on a new deal now because your contract is expiring with CES. Whether you stay or not, whatever your next move is, your next fight, we'll have you back on.
Absolutely,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for the time.
Anytime. Ryan, as you know, is a huge supporter of women's boxing, and as a woman working in boxing media, which is still kind of a unicorn thing, I have my own crosses to bear just being outside of the ring, working in media. I'm happy to support women's boxing in any way or capacity.
Yeah, that's like another thing myself. I go out and I go support these little girls playing basketball, the women college basketball games. Like I go out, I try to support women's sports because we need to, it has to be as a whole,
Right.
So it's not just boxing. I go out there and I'm trying to support all these girls so that we all can get to where we need to be. Especially if it might not happen for us, but for these kids at least coming up behind us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Well, Shelly, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Please keep in touch. Please keep us informed on anything you're promoting, so we can support you.
All right, thank you very much. Same with you.
All right, take care.
All right, have a good night.
All right, thank you, my man. Bye.